This is 5 on your side at 6. Focused on you.
Good evening, I'm Diamond Palmer. The time now 6 o'clock. Brent Solomon has the night off. It's been a violent 4th of July weekend across St. Louis City and County. Multiple shootings unfolded just hours after Independence Day festivities wrapped up. 5 on your side's Mercedes McKay sat down with one local advocate who says the violence feels like it's never ending.
It's a tragedy when these types of things happen day after day, whether it's a celebration or not, and there is no type of recourse taken to try to curb the violence.
A day that's supposed to be filled with celebrations quickly turned into a night filled with violence in downtown St. Louis. Just before midnight on July 4th, police say 7 people were shot, including a 13-year-old near City Garden.
I'm sure they didn't go there with that intended to occur, but they're kids and they can't always work things out like adults should be able to do. And so we get this in the end.
Just 20 minutes north of downtown, gunfire accompanied the sounds of fireworks in Spanish Lake, killing 1 person and injuring 5 others. Less than an hour before that, another man was shot and killed at a separate North County fireworks show in Glasgow Village.
We got to get our elected officials involved. We as community people have to get out here and get involved.
That's exactly what Sharon Williams and the local chapter of Moms Demand Action is focused on right now. Going from door to door, calling on people to reach out to their elected officials and reminding them to get out and vote next month.
Let our legislators know here that we expect the changes. We expect the laws to change. We want them to put forth an effort to produce laws that are going to help us here.
Laws focus on gun control, an issue plaguing downtown. St. Louis Metropolitan Police Department posted this picture on X, saying around 4:30 Saturday morning, officers had to break up a group of juveniles and arrested some young adults on 8th and Chestnut after they were blocking traffic and waving guns.
When there's no accountability and no supervision, then things can get out of control.
That's why Williams is asking her community to step up.
My plea for people is to get out, do what you can do.
Mercedes McKay, 5 on your side.
The next Moms Demand Action meeting in St. Louis City on Saturday, July 20th. The group is partnering with the Crime Victim Center to hold a support group for people dealing with trauma from gun violence. You can text 644-33 for more information. And right now, Interstate 55 is still closed in the Metro East following a 2-car crash this morning. It happened just before 10:30 in the northbound lanes near Black Lane. Illinois State Police say a truck rear-ended a car, causing both vehicles to crash. The car driver and 2 passengers were taken to the hospital with injuries, some said to be serious. The people in the truck were not hurt. The highway, however, is shut down as the investigation continues. And we begin with a live look here downtown. It has been a much more comfortable day in the region, and there are some clear skies ahead this weekend. We've got meteorologist Gary Frank here with your weather impact forecast.
Now, good evening. As we continue to see those clouds around, not much of an issue into the overnight hours. Just like last night, we started to cool off a little bit, and that's going to be pretty nice. You'll see a few clouds around down Market Street. The wind isn't impacting us too much. 85 degrees, a light breeze right now. Our dew point in the low 60s. That's much better than what we fared the last 3 days prior when it was really humid. That number is in the low to mid 70s. That's where it's real sticky. We don't have that, but temperatures still have warmed up in the mid to upper 80s outside. Big picture shows that there isn't too much of a warm up and there's no big cool down. It is raining in central Nebraska, and that will start to work its way closer to us, but generally fall apart. We have high pressure that's in control, and that's something that we're looking at ahead this evening. A couple of sprinkles and clouds that you can see off to your northwest, but temps are falling into the 70s by around midnight, and it'll get even cooler into the overnight hours. The next few days, we are going to be heating up as we have impacts from Beryl, but it's not too hot as we talk about those impacts and rain chances ahead to start your week coming up.
Thank you so much, Gary. And 107 years ago, our area experienced some of the worst racial rioting the country has ever seen, the East St. Louis Massacre. And today, a group is remembering the hundreds of lives lost in the tragedy. But as some tell 5 on your side's Travis Cummings, it's still a stain that stands.
What do we want? Justice!
A march with a familiar message. Leading the line to bring light to both historical and what he feels are more recent injustices in East St. Louis on Saturday is native J.D. Dixon.
When I walk down the streets of East St. Louis and I see the buildup of illegal dumping sites, debris, furniture, burnt down buildings, just the state of our city. It impacts me on a very personal level.
Dixon's organization and others are marching arm in arm for the then and now.
To honor the lives lost in the 1917 East St. Louis race massacre, where hundreds, if not even thousands, of Black Americans were murdered and killed by a racist white mob that came down and destroyed East St. Louis.
For several days, the city was disrupted by drive-by shootings, beatings, and arson targeting the African American community. A handful of white people and hundreds of African Americans died, and nearly $500,000 in property damage.
This is about systems. These are inequitable systems and outdated systems.
Stephanie Taylor, leading reparation work on a state level, is still fired up from Juneteenth.
So I am here to stand and say historical disparities, economic disparities is something that's on the table here in the state of Illinois.
He just wants the sunscreen.
Christian Winters and his family are here for the United Front.
Racism is a tool used to divide the working class. And when the working class is divided, it's much harder to fight for better working conditions, better wages, better housing.
These citizens are fighting to erase fear and increase financial freedom.
In order to bring change, we have to elevate those voices to be the change.
Travis Cummings, 5 on your side.
The African Descent Citizens Reparations Commission will meet at New Life Community Church on August 10th from 10 a.m. to 12 noon, and they are asking citizens to come together to understand the historical significance of inequities in our area. And 4th of July might be over, but many firework displays continue tonight. Edwardsville is holding an Independence Day event, including their annual fireworks display tonight at 9 p.m. That is happening at the Edwardsville American Legion Post 199 on Route 157. And in Webster Groves, they're trading in fireworks for more high-tech displays. Tonight at 9:30, residents can see the drone show at the Eden Theological Seminary. And we've got a full list of where you can find fireworks in your area. Just text the word fireworks to 314-425-5355 and we'll send you a link. And a larger-than-life duo is in the Metro East, where the world's largest potato was spotted today. And making strides in mental health awareness, the Olympians doing more than just competing this summer.